I was hoping to jump into a couple of different things today, but it kind of turned into a bit of a change of a plan. And I'll show you here in a second, but it's probably going to take us a little bit to solve the issue, at least so it looks nice and it's not just kind of chaotic. And I guess the big issue, as we're looking at here, is we have all of this traffic, and then we have a lot of healthcare and death care issues going on. This side of the city seems to be going completely fine, but everything else is kind of falling apart. Now, last time you remember we were having some issues with not enough rock supply. That was taken care of after the game kind of played it for a little bit. We're still having this issue over here. We're not having enough beverages coming into town, so it looks like we're not having enough. Looks like it's just one company. I don't think it's something to worry about yet. It's definitely something to keep an eye on in case it keeps happening, especially if over here. What's going on over here? Yeah, it's happening over here too. There's just not enough beverages, so there's not enough food being produced in the city. It's something we can take a look at as well today. But first, I want to take a look at a big issue, and it's this traffic right here. Now, at first, I was like, okay, maybe the game is like balancing itself or something, or something's going on. But the closer I looked at it, it's not moving at all. Like, I'm gonna unpause the game, and it's not moving, and the reason is cars are getting stuck here, and I don't really understand why. And I think it's just the placement of the building. I used Move It a lot in a couple of different mods to build this place. So I think moving this is going to make a bit more sense than, allowing the whole city to fall apart because of traffic. So it's going to be super simple to fix. We're just going to go ahead and delete that building. And while we're at it, we'll get rid of all of this stuff too. If Bulldozer will let me do it. We'll look at something like this in the future again. It's just not worth the hassle. And I really don't want to deal with, the whole world falling apart. All right, so give me a second and I'll get this deleted. I actually don't know how to delete these vehicles. Is there a way to get rid of these? Sitting here going through all these buttons, and usually one of these, gets rid of them or whatever, but... Oh, definitely not that button. Let's go out of there. Usually one of these will just let you get rid of it, but for some reason it's not going away. I don't understand why. And I just, Oh, that worked, I guess. So we'll just, go with that. Alright. So now that we opened up the space and traffic is starting to flow, I'm going to speed up the game here just a couple of minutes to let it kind of flow. But we got to start looking at this healthcare issue. And a big reason is we just don't have enough availability, at least enough quantity of it. Because right here we have, this is mail service. I think we have a clinic in here somewhere. That's a crematorium. No, we don't have another healthcare place. So I was thinking about building another hospital possibly over here. Like, this is good space. We'll probably load it off onto these more local collector roads over here and keep it off of the main traffic. That way it just flows onto these and then onto the main traffic there. That'll prevent a little bit of those traffic issues. So while we get started, just please hit the subscribe button. It means a lot. It helps out a ton. And yeah, I'm not gonna talk about too much of that today. So how should we start this? Now, There we go. I like that. Now I want to see, yeah, see our healthcare issue is already completely gone. No more icons popping up, which means that did its job. And now healthcare is going to be in a good place for our city to grow. Income's already coming up. City's growing again because people feel a little bit safer and people are dying less because, well, we have better healthcare. Now, deathcare is definitely being a bit of a problem. And I don't want to put down a crematorium. I want to put down a cemetery because I feel like it adds a bit more history to your land. To your, not to your land, to your, well, I guess it is your land. To your city, specifically. So I want to find a place for a nice cemetery. Now, I could place one way over here, and I'm kind of tempted to. Maybe up here somewhere. Maybe here, overlooking the city. We are going to eventually get to the point where we get rid of this industrial site and replace this with commercial. Sorry, with I guess mixed residential and commercial, just to make it feel a little bit nicer. This cemetery was like, I think episode 2 we put in. I think it just looks really nice in the area. It really kind of helps the area take shape a little bit, right? Feels like there's a lot of history here. I mean, there's 1,400 people buried here, and this is all from people from the very beginning. This is that one beginner mansion that you get. Put this here across from the mansion as like as a bit of an end piece, and I think it looked really great. But I think cemeteries can be a really good tool to kind of define an area, and I really like how this area came together, and you can see the history behind it, and you know, I think it looks really nice. So I want to find another place like that where we can build a cemetery and kind of build it into the existing infrastructure, make it seem like it was always there. You know, I don't want it to seem like it was an afterthought. I want to definitely make it feel like it belongs. So I'm definitely feeling this area up here, or maybe even over here, like at the end here. I think that would be really nice. You're coming up the road, drive past the cemetery, which I'm not saying driving past the cemetery is like nice or anything, but I feel like driving past just a bit of history is kind of cool. Now, I think we're going to do that. Now, we're going to do some crazy stuff here to make this work. If not, it's not going to work at all. And maybe very controversial. It's very definitely controversial, but I think it's going to be okay. Now, we're going to place this... Turn off anarchy here. We're going to place this there. Okay? We'll get rid of this house. I don't want somebody living at the corner of this cemetery, so that'll be fine. Get rid of that. And then we're going to kind of work with the area to kind of help it define itself, and I think it'll be okay. So what if we go back into our shaping tool here, and just like that, shape that out. I definitely didn't need to go this far, okay? Oh, let's fix that before it floods the whole area. Let's okay, this looks really bad. How do we fix this? There we go. Just like that. I'm not expecting this whole thing to fall apart like that. I guess I should have when I'm like ripping into a mountain like this, but I guess it's okay. I'm not too upset. Shape this down a little bit so it's not too rough at the edge there. And that just feels a bit more natural. And then down here we can just flatten it out. Just like that. And just like that. Looks like nothing ever happened. This area was already here, okay? We're not going to talk about it. Now, with this area, I'm going to use a bit of road, right? And I'm not just talking regular road. I think some pedestrian street would feel kind of nice. make it like a nice walking area. And I still want to have some housing around this, and I think that'll be okay. Can we get this to fit right? There we go. Connect that up, draw a road here, connect that up all the way, and that just finishes off our square. That's kind of what I want there. Now, obviously, we're not going to put housing here on this side because, well, there's nowhere to zone housing up there. And should we do it? We're going to do it. You guys can already see what I'm doing. We're going to just make some land here so we can have housing here. Back it up a little bit more like that. And then we'll shape this around the housing and it'll be okay. But I want housing here, and I think it'll look cool. Now, I want to use the European houses just because they look a little bit nicer. And we're going to use the row housing, these right here. And we're going to use these all the way through here. Stop it there. And we'll go just 4 deep like that. Now, I know this is going to add a little bit of density to the area, but I don't mind it too much. I think it'll be okay. I was hoping the school wouldn't be too full so we could actually, you know, play it as people are moving next to the school, which I guess we still can if we just ignore the numbers. Education's still pretty bad, as you could guess. We have we have 33 eligible students and only support 18,000, but you can see how many schools we have around our city, and it's nuts. That's why I squeeze in schools pretty much everywhere I go, just because there's just such a demand for education, and I haven't been able to meet it once. I think a big issue with that is I grew the city kind of quickly without looking at the needs of the city, like education and things like that. And I think that's why I kind of fell behind with it. But I'm not too upset at it, and I don't think it's going to be like a city-ending issue. And if it is, then I'll probably cry a little bit, but it's going to be okay. How far do I want to take this? Do I want to make this all connected here for like civilian infrastructure? I don't think so. Let's put on our topography lines, and we're going to follow this. We'll put on our continuous tool here, just like this, and then we'll just follow this through like that. Let's narrow that down a little bit, maybe like that. Bring this over, and then we'll just grab our what's this called? Our complex curve tool, and then we'll just make the connection here, and that'll be okay. Just like that, nailed it, and I think it looks fantastic. It's not perfect, but it's all right. It works for what I want it to do, and that's all that matters. Now, housing, I definitely want to put some housing here because then it overlooks a bit more of this area, and I've always liked that vibe of housing looking over, you know, parts of the city, and I think it looks really cool. Now we're going to use 3 depth, I guess 3 tiles deep when it comes to housing. And just to make it seem like it was zoned out correctly, and it's not just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Mumble-o jumble? I don't even know what I'm saying. But I want it to look presentable. I guess that's what I'm looking for. I think having some neat zoning, just something very micromanaged, I think is going to be okay. Yeah, just continue this all the way through. We'll continue that. Yeah, connect that up to those rows. We'll leave that as empty space like that. And then for the middle, just do the same thing. 3 in. Now, I want to get some of that zoning back, and I think the way we're going to do this is just by drawing a little bit of a path here. Because that breaks up that zoning, and now we get the zoning back here, and that's kind of better because now we get the bigger lots, and that'll be okay. So something like this all the way through, and I think it's going to look fantastic when it's all developed anyway. What's the thinking behind this? I don't even know. I just randomly was thinking about wanting a cemetery and having some walkable area around it, and thinking it would look kind of cool. And that's kind of why I did it. And there's no really a rhyme or reason for it. I wish there was some church assets in here that I could put down. Like, is there a church? Can I search for church? Maybe not. Is there a cathedral? Let's go spelling catheter. Definitely no. Is there mods for this stuff yet? Like buildings and stuff like that, or is that still not a thing that's like out yet? If it is, I'd love to get some of those assets in here, but I don't think there's any out that I'm aware of. There could be some out, but I just don't pay attention to the modding scene too much until I see like somebody else playing it in a different video, and then I'll just pick up the mod and play it. But other than that, I don't really go hunting for mods. I kind of just play the game. Oh, that's gonna look kind of weird. Let's push this back a bit. And I know we've been pushing back an entire mountain already, but I'm gonna keep doing it. There we go. Slope that in nicely like that. I'm okay with that. I like it. I think it looks alright. I don't like that. Let's push this back a little bit more. Just like that. And we'll sound it off like that. Sound it off. We'll round it out like that, and that'll look okay. Now over here we have the same issue with terrain. Pull it all the way out. Till about there. And then you just round it out with your... Oop. Okay, that's definitely my fault. Something like that. The reason that it did that because the strength was just a little bit too high. There we go. Now I can actually do a little bit more controlled and it'll feel a bit nicer when I'm done with it. I want to get rid of a lot of this brown, like the darkening of this dirt here. But I don't want to do it like... Oh. I'm okay with how that looks. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I like the area too. And I really like these row homes here. I'm kind of tempted to just take them all the way along. I think they'll look pretty cool. Let's do that. Why not? I know I said I wasn't going to zone here, but if we fill in the area with these homes like this, I think it'll just look really cool. And I'm tempted to go over here, but we'll do it. Why not? There's no reason not to. I know it's unrealistic as heck to dive up the mountain like this and stuff, but like I'm definitely doing better than my old cities where I used to just like drag a road up a hill and like zone it on top of the mountain like that. It obviously looked really bad, but I'm okay if I'm doing it with a purpose now, okay? And I know it still looks kind of rough and stuff, right? But I think it adds a little bit of something what I'm looking for, and I'm okay with creating a little bit of a mess to create what I want. So I'm not going to get too upset at it. Let's finish softening this terrain up a little bit more. Can we get some more green to pop out of this? Let's push that down a bit more. Just like that. There we go. Looking really, really good. Now, are all of these the same, the correct size? They are. That's fantastic. And I think everything looks really nice around here. This could be a good thumbnail, but I already took the thumbnail for this, and it's pretty much everything falling apart over here. There's a picture of like all the ambulance signs. That's pretty much what the thumbnail's gonna be. I think it looks kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe not. I like how this looks. Some people may not like it, but I really like how this turned out. I might do some more in here. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do in here. Honestly, I could have left this as a campsite. Just put a campsite over here, and I think that could have looked cool. That could have looked cool too, but I think for now it's all right. I have a lot of taxis over here because everybody's moving in. I wish the movement system was a little bit different. I wish it would like focus on my public transportation on moving in and things like that. What's happening here? Water damage. Oh, what's happening to the water? Oh, is this because I did all that terrain work with water and it broke everything? Well, that's not good. Oh. Someone call a plumber, because I don't know what just happened here. I mean, I kind of do. I kind of... That's so annoying. If I just let the gameplay, is it going to fix itself? Or is it going to be, like, stubborn and not fix itself? This is fixable here. If I just... I wonder if this still works. If we're used to be able just to flatten the area and it'll just get rid of the water, but no, it's not doing that. Yeah, we're gonna shrink this down a little bit. A lot of it. Maybe to like 10%. And then just bring up a little bit of a wall how we did before. That'll stop water from coming in. There we go. We'll blend this in here in a little bit. But that's gonna stop water from coming into this area. Then we'll be able to kind of fix it. And We're probably gonna have to dismantle a lot of this stuff. Okay, let me think. So, football field here, football field there, tennis and okay, let's do this. Let's do this, all right? Wow, that's a lot of water. That's really an insane amount of water. Was not expecting that to be there when I got rid of that. Okay. We'll get rid of some of this road here. It's fine. We'll leave that there as a bit of a footprint for us to follow when we when I put it all back. Now, how do we get rid of this water? I think the best way is going to be just to flatten this out. So if I get like that level of height there, and then just follow this all the way through, is this going to get rid of the water? It is, which is great. I just follow that up all the way, and we'll get this height of terrain here, push that out, speed up the game a little bit, see if it's going to come back, just to make sure we got it all. Right there is not going away, so we're going to go ahead and shrink down our brush to about 10%, and we're going to just harass the water until it goes away. Just like that. Good stuff there. Helicopter just blew out my eardrums again. But that gets rid of the water issue here, and we can start putting this area together. This is okay. There we go. Just like that. Smooth that out. Get that going there. And I think that looks all right. That's fantastic. Now we're going to put in this road back in just to get this all rolling back again. And we'll be able to just... Was it right here, or was it like off here? It was definitely here, right? So let's grab our anarchy. And we'll just follow this all the way through like that. There we go. So that's connected. And then we got to just connect this road back up, which should be just a straight connection from here. We just grab that road, pick it straight up. Easy connection, gets this rolling again. Should get rid of this electricity issue. It does instantly. And then we're going to put in our parks again. So I think those are in the large parks. No, they're in the sports parks, obviously. Large sports parks, actually. And we'll put this one here. Now, can we get this to focus onto this road here? Just like that. And then the soccer field, sorry, the non-American football field will go over here. And then a little bit of a parking lot over there. I think it was the small parking lot. It was. Just like that. And then we need a couple of tennis courts here. And that'll complete this little bit of renovation that I had to do. Just pretty much just pumping out the water and then putting everything back in. Wish there was a way to like get rid of the water without having to destroy everything, but it turned out all right and everything's back to how it's supposed to be. Now we have a bigger project over here, I think. So we got to dismantle a lot of houses, which sucks. So there's a lot of good houses here. These are like higher level houses that have been here pretty much since like close to the beginning of the city. This was only a few episodes in when I put this in, I think. Right? It wasn't too late into the series, and so I know that for sure. We'll get rid of that. And unfortunately, get rid of all these houses. And just the ones we need to get rid of, we'll get rid of. Everything else can stay. And hopefully we can do enough to just get rid of it all, and I think it'll be okay. So let's go ahead and grab our height tool here. Grab this road height, and then just bring this all the way through, like that. Get rid of all of this water, and even push a little bit of a hill over here, like that. And then the way we'll keep this from happening again, well, we'll just soften it from way over here, and that'll be okay. This neighborhood might look a little bit different when we're done with it, but at least it'll get rid of this water problem we're definitely having, so definitely don't want to have that water problem come back. Now, reconnecting everything should be fairly simple. Just draw a couple of roads connecting here, and I think that'll be okay. I mean, we can honestly just go to there. Is this straight? Can I get that? Yeah, there we go. And, oh, that's like a bridge or something, huh? What is that? Like a key wall appearing here? That's not what I wanted. Oh, the terrain difference is nuts. That's why it looks like that. That, you know, that actually makes sense. Can't even be mad at that. I think what we'll do, What's this terrain height? Is it the same thing there? No. Wow, why are these houses so buried in like that? Gosh, this neighborhood looks so nice, though. I don't want to lose it all. But this weird terrain issue now we're having, it's going to look really weird. Just push it back this way, and then we'll just build up to it like this. That'll be okay. That doesn't, that's not what I wanted. How does that look? This looks really weird. Oh, that's a lot of water. Can we just smooth that out a little bit like that? And that'll go away. Gets rid of most of it, but it's just... This looks really bad now. I think we might have to just cut this neighborhood off a little bit and then just call it a day. Because this looks really rough. Which kind of sucks. But I think it's going to be the best thing we can do here to salvage, I guess, most of this. Well, we still can. We'll get rid of this and we'll draw it back in. I think. I don't even think we need that. I'm not even sure what that was. I don't even know why that was there. But if we go back into our road tools and look at our terrain, and we just grab this, flatten that, go back to 100 here, start. Oop. Okay, can we go? These terrain differences are going to be the end of me, if I'm being honest. Everything was flowing so well until I decided to mess everything up here for the cemetery. Should I just put down a crematorium? I'm being honest. I should have just put down a crematorium. Let's push this water out. Let's grab that height there and just push that. Oh, they're not meant to do it that big, but it works. Just like that. There we go. That'll get rid of that water, not look too horrible. We'll just flatten all this out, maybe. No, we can't even do that. It's because of houses. It's not letting me flatten it up because all these houses are already here. And fixing this is going to be a bit of a pain. You can see the history of these houses, right? Like, they've been here for a while. They're all, like, upgraded and stuff like that. So I don't want to lose them all. Just start shaping things out, and I just hope it comes back together, I guess. Just like that, I guess. I don't know. Want as much smoothness as I can. Get rid of these giant bumps. What's gonna need to happen? Can I just let the game flow real quick, right? I don't want to lose those houses. They're already upgraded. Pull that road to there for now. What if I just put the roads back in? Would that fix this issue that we're having here? Like, if I just connect that back up, would that just be good to go? Definitely not. It looks horrible. Okay, we'll do the nuclear choice here. And unfortunately, very unfortunately, get rid of a lot of these houses. I think it'll just be the easiest way to do this because I don't want to sit here all day. Fixing plumbing issues, you know, so get rid of that stuff. Delete a bunch of these houses. I just drag. I can. Just hope they all build up nicely and everything looks pretty nice when it's done. But for now, we'll just get. I don't even know why those businesses are right there on that street. That doesn't even make sense, but it's okay. And push these roads back out. And now we do a little bit of terrain work to make this make this come back together. So we just smooth everything out. Does this fix the problem? Smooth, smooth, smooth. Just like that. Get this as smooth as possible. I'm okay with like minor changes in terrain. I feel like that's normal. But like what was there was just kind of insane. So I definitely didn't want to keep that there. Let's check this book out. What am I saying? Back out and drag this in. Just like that, and then we'll just zone on this and just call it a bit of a day there. I think that'll be okay. So let's grab our zoning. We're going to grab our European low-density housing. Grab our fill tool, just fill this all out. get as much density as we can here. And here we'll be a little bit careful just because of the lot size restrictions I think that we're going to have. But put those down just like that. And over time, these will build up to kind of feel and mimic the same kind of vibe that we had here. Because I really like how these houses turned out. And I'm hoping these turn out the same. And here you can tell that I didn't put all water properties here. I kind of scattered them through, and I think it looks kind of cool with the randomness, but I'm just going to put all water properties here and just kind of let them develop nicely, and I think it'll be okay. We also have 2 elementary schools here, like across the street from each other. I did that just because, well, we're just lacking schools everywhere. A bunch of kids trying to go to school, but they can't go anywhere, unfortunately. Is that like a me problem that's like causing that education issue, or is that just like the game is not balanced? I wonder if it's like I'm doing something wrong, and you know the game's fine, but I feel like there's something going on with that game, with the game. Why is there no houses here on this road? It was kind of weird, right? We'll do 3s all the way through, just like that. Fill that up nicely and let that go. I don't think I got rid of those houses. I don't know why they're not there. They felt kind of empty. Like, what's going on over here? Put a house in there. Fill that up nice. And yeah, why not? You know, let's go through there like that. And maybe a couple over here. Just like that. We'll get rid of this random path that I'm sure I used to move zoning around. And I think that looks a whole lot better. Plus, it obviously got rid of the flooding problem. Now no one's house is flooding anymore, but you know, it's definitely not what I had here before. I think it's okay. It looks good. When they upgrade it, it'll fill in nicely and it'll blend in with the rest of the area, and I think it'll be good to go. But I think I'm going to leave it there. Definitely got a lot done and made a couple of crucial changes. Oh, hold on. Is that not getting rid of the death issue? I was hoping the cemetery would take some of the load from this area so the crematoriums over here could handle this area, but it doesn't seem to be handling it well. What if we already have 2 garage extensions here? That actually doesn't make sense. What's the issue with our death care? So if we go into, is it healthcare and death? Yeah, healthcare and death care. Crematorium availability is enough, but I just don't think there's enough vehicles going around to pick everybody up. I know it sounds like a very weird way of saying that, but I think it's just not enough. We might need another crematorium somewhere. Already one next to that hospital. We have a cemetery here, cemetery there, crematorium over here in the industrial zone for some reason. I don't even remember put that out. But we definitely need another one. Maybe in this commercial zone to blend it in with other. Don't want to say commercial use because it's not like a commercial use, but it'll, you know, maybe it'll look. Is this loud? Is this a loud building? Air pollution is low. Noise pollution is low. Okay to put down somewhere. I'm thinking, all right? I'm thinking, all right? Quit yelling at me, all right? Quit rushing me. Just put this here. It'll blend in nicely with that parking lot. I'm good to go. Oh, that was weird. And hopefully this kind of gets rid of this issue. Because if not, I'm going to be confused on how to fix this. Why is healthcare becoming an issue again? We shouldn't need 2 hospitals here next to each other to solve that issue. What's going on here? There's issues popping up that we solved a long time ago, and they're popping up again randomly, and I don't understand why. Like, this traffic issue was gone completely for the longest time. And it's not like we have new housing in the area to be causing this. There's a lot of this taxi. There's definitely a good number of taxis, but it's not all taxis. And by taxis, I mean like new people moving in and stuff like that, but it's not really that. Like over here, we have a massive traffic jam. What is happening here? That's really rough. It's like cars are coming through here. Boom. This way. Going back into town or something? That's weird. What a weird way to get in here. Can we get rid of this traffic light and it'll solve the issue maybe? No. Nothing can do that. It'll cause more issues probably down the road. I don't know what's happening. But you know what it looks like? It looks like a problem for next episode because we're going to leave it right there. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.